CM Punk has fired shots at a current AEW champion, and All Elite Wrestling are interested in merging with WWE. But first, let's get to the quickfire headlines, as the Young Bucks have hinted at a return to New Japan Pro Wrestling. This during an interview with Sports Illustrated this week. Nick Jackson would reveal that there was an offer on the table to appear at this year's Wrestle Kingdom to both wrestle and join Kenny Omega at ringside for his match with Will Ospreay, but the brothers had prior engagements, and Nick would say, "We were actually asked to wrestle and be in Kenny's corner, but Matt and I had vacation plans that week. Maybe next year, who knows?" Matt would then reveal that whilst they turned down the recent offer, it doesn't mean they won't make a future appearance, with him adding, "We got a fantastic offer. Personally, the timing and the situation didn't fit for us. I'm sure one day you'll see us back in an NJPW ring." It looks like there may be some family drama at the top of WWE, as according to Axios, former co-CEO Stephanie McMahon and her husband and current chief content officer Paul Triple H Levesque were against a sale of the company. The Wrestling Observer newsletter has chimed in and added that Steph's then co-CEO Nick Khan was the buffer that kept things smooth between Vince McMahon and both Stephanie and Paul, with there being issues present between the two sides. As for Stephanie's resignation, the Observer notes that some within the company have linked it to her feelings on a potential sale to Saudi Arabia's public investment fund. What this fallout means for the future of Triple H remains to be seen, with him currently still active in his position at the head of creative. And speaking of Stephanie McMahon, she's taken to Twitter for the first time since announcing her resignation from WWE, revealing that she's undergone ankle surgery with her now on the road to recovery, and she would write, "Busy week, thank you Dr. Waldrop, Andrews Sport Med and the Orthopedic Center staff for fixing my ankle, Champion Sports for already getting me started on rehab, and of course to my amazing caregiver Triple H, #road to recovery." According to D Magazine, the icon Sting is set to retire when his current AEW contract expires, a date which is said to be this year, and the report notes, "Sting's deal with AEW expires sometime this year. He won't say exactly when. When it ends, so will his time behind the face paint." And Sting himself would add, "So many of the guys retire and then they come back, and I thought I'm not going to be like all the rest of the guys, just like I said in the beginning. I'm not going to be in this in 45 years, and here I am." Based on logic, Sting's deal likely ends in November or December time, which lines up with his debut at Winter is Coming on December 2nd, 2022. AEW's Dax Harwood would take to his podcast this week, where he discussed the recent New Japan Pro Wrestling debut of Mercedes Moné at Wrestle Kingdom 17. Harwood, who was reunited with Mercedes backstage at the show, would reveal how important the appearance was for her and said, "Nobody knows how it felt, but how proud she was in that moment and how nervous she was walking down that aisle. Everybody can relate to that, and I know that she was so proud of herself because she did it her way. She stood up for what she believed in. She stood up for what she thought was right, and she was able to achieve probably the thing she dreamt about the longest. And I would even say that speaking with her, I would even say that trumps WWE for her. I know she's very, very proud of what she accomplished in WWE, but I think I can confidently say that being in New Japan, being at the Tokyo Dome, being at Wrestle Kingdom probably trumps it all, because that was her dream to go to Japan." Adam Cole would make his return to All Elite Wrestling this past Wednesday on Dynamite, this after suffering 2 serious concussions last year. Cole's real-life girlfriend, Britt Baker, has taken to social media last night to share how proud she is of his comeback following a rough recovery, and she said, "For months, the only time Adam Cole left the house was to go to brain/physical therapy appointments. There was a time he wasn't allowed to fly on planes or do anything more than go for a walk. I'm so damn proud of how hard he worked every single day to get back to you all." Next up, CM Punk has fired shots at a current AEW champion. CM Punk hasn't been seen on AEW television since the now infamous AEW All Out media scrum, which saw him call out the wrestling media as well as wrestlers he felt was leaking lies about him to the media, who just so happened to be the EVPs of the company. This would lead to a backstage altercation with the Elite, leading to all parties being suspended, and whilst Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks are back on TV, Punk is still recovering from torn tricep, suffered during his match with Jon Moxley that night. Punk has since begun to slowly return to social media, and last night he had some harsh words for his old on-screen rival and current AEW World Champion MJF. Max would take to Instagram to brag about receiving 2 awards from Pro Wrestling Illustrated. First, the Most Hated Wrestler, as well as Rivalry of the Year for his critically acclaimed feud with CM Punk. In the image posted, MJF would cover up CM Punk's name from the award with tape, making the award instead read MJF versus MJF, with this leading to a response from the Second City Saint, and Punk would reply to the photo and say, "Maybe find some tape for the ratings so nobody sees those either." Whilst it's clear that MJF and Punk get along in real life following stories of Starbucks gift cards, and MJF reportedly hanging out with Punk in his locker room the night that stuff hit the fan at All Out, it looks like their kayfabe rivalry continues, a feud that can hopefully return to AEW television one day. And before we continue, if you're enjoying the video, why not drop a like down below, as it helps me out a lot, and be sure to subscribe to Wrestle Planet with notifications turned on so you don't miss the latest news from all around the pro wrestling world, and join us on the road to 50,000 subscribers. And next, All Elite Wrestling are interested in merging with WWE. With WWE currently on the lookout for a new owner, many large corporations have been linked to the sale, including the Saudi Arabian PIF, Disney, Comcast, amongst many others. One of the names suggested by fans, somewhat tongue-in-cheek, was All Elite Wrestling president Tony Khan, alongside his father Shad, but it appears that there is in fact genuine interest from the duo, and they're not coming alone. According to a report from Barron's, a sister publication to the Wall Street Journal, the Khan family are one of the names looking at acquiring WWE, with them writing, "All Elite Wrestling, the top rival to WWE led by Tony Khan and family, is in the pool of potential buyers for WWE," a person close to the potential transaction told Barron's, adding that the Khans will likely look for a financial partner to acquire the asset. Tony Khan's father Shad Khan, a co-owner of AEW, already owns the football team Jacksonville Jaguars and the English soccer club Fulham Football Club, indicating the duo have deep pockets. Tony Khan did recently say in an interview that he was following news about a WWE sale very closely, with many feeling that he meant as an observer, but it appears that there may actually be more to it. Shad Khan is said to be worth around $12 billion, although this isn't cash available to him, but all of his assets and businesses combined. Whilst a solo purchase is unlikely due to him having to liquidate most of his assets to make an outright purchase, it looks like his bid will be a joint effort alongside an unnamed broadcast network, taking the story from very unlikely to plausible. CNBC are reporting that there's a possibility WWE and AEW will be merged if the deal goes through, and they say, "The Khans, who also own the National Football League's Jacksonville Jaguars and the Premier League's Fulham FC, could partner with a strategic media company to share the intellectual property whilst merging the wrestling leagues," said the People, who asked not to be named because the discussions are private. AEW has a TV carriage rights agreement with Warner Bros. Discovery, TNT, and TBS. AEW's close relationship with their current broadcast partner points to a possible joint bid from the Khans and Warner, although again Warner wasn't specifically named to be the partner, just implied. On top of this, the belief is that Tony and Shad are open to discussing a potential role for current WWE chairman Vince McMahon, who is expected to remain in charge even after a takeover takes place, much like we saw when Dana White sold the UFC, although it's noted that talks between Khan and McMahon are yet to happen. The reason for the potential role is probably that Vince wouldn't sell to anyone that isn't going to put him in charge. Regarding the sale as a whole, the Wrestling Observer newsletter has reported that WWE sources feel that whilst talk over the past few days has been that a buyout from the Saudi Arabian Public Investment Fund is close, they are in fact not the favourites to take over, with the field wide open. And before you go, make sure you check out the 10 hottest free agents in wrestling today.